So I've had a lot of people ask me recently, what is attachment theory and why it matters? So attachment theory was developed by John Bowlby and was built on by a number of other theorists later. A lot of research was done into it. And what it basically is it's talking about the attachment with our primary caregiver. So our brain is 80% of the adult size at age 2. So think about that. It's the size of the adult brain at age 2. So at some points, the neurons are growing so rapidly in a child that there can be 250,000 growing per minute. So it's a super, super fast, rapid brain development. And we have this dynamic that's playing out between the primary caregiver, and I'll just call, for the sake of this, I'll call the primary caregiver the mother, because it's usually the mother. And we have an infant who's imprinting their brain with so much information, and they're imprinting the relationship. So are my needs met? Am I safe with this person? Do they give consistent, safe space? Do I get nourishment, not only physically, but also mentally and emotionally and spiritually? And if the responses from the mother are inconsistent, if sometimes she's very available and loving, and then maybe other times completely despondent, it creates a rupture in the relationship. And so in a securely bonded child, mother and child, once or twice isn't a big problem, but it's when this happens over and over again. So there's a group which is about 50% of the population, which is classed as securely attached. And then about 50% of the population is classed as insecurely attached. And in the insecurely attached groups, that's divided into 3 different segments, which we'll look at in different videos. So as we get older, the way that we have learned to get our needs met and be in relationship with the mother or the primary caregiver repeats itself in our adult relationships. So it becomes a subconscious expectation. So even if the person who we're in an intimate relationship with doesn't behave in the same way that our mother behaved, there's still a subconscious expectation that they will. So even if our partner's been there consistently for us in every way we've needed, there'll still be a doubt. Will he be there? Is he going to have an affair? That time I spoke to him, he didn't look at me. What does that mean? Okay, so there's a lot more complexity in the relationship when there's insecure attachment. And like I said, a lot of research has been done on attachment styles. And on this tile here, you can see it affects brain development. They've got research showing that the actual brain, the physical brain of children who've experienced different attachment styles have developed differently. Self-regulation, the ability to self-soothe as an adult. And that means the ability when we're really stressed to be able to kind of talk ourselves down. It'll be okay, I'm fine, it's just a mistake. That's the kind of self-regulation we're talking about here. The capacity for empathy is stronger in securely attached people, which is one of the indicators of being able to have a healthy relationship, is being able to have empathy for other people. Self-esteem is affected. Self-reliance is stronger with people with secure attachment. There's often more educational success, more ability to focus, independence, friendships are stronger, and there's less depression and anxiety. So those are all variables. And please note that if you know that you're in the 50% where there's an insecure attachment, that there are things that you can do to repair that. That it doesn't mean that every relationship you have is doomed. This information is much more about empowerment. And okay, that's the relationship I grew up with, and those are my triggers, those are my unconscious or subconscious expectations. but I can change that over time. And I'll be doing some videos about some methods that you can use to start to shift that. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much.